are currently on high alert this morning. This following social media posts indicating there could be a shutdown. The posts call for a stay away to protest recent fuel price increases. Operation Dudula members in Soweto are monitoring that situation. ENC's Heidi Jockers is there for us now. Good morning to you, Heidi. Just in terms of that planned national shutdown, from where you stand, how is it looking? Has it started in the area?
Dumelo, it seems as though it's business as usual. We are in Soweto this morning, where we saw a serious unrest in July last year, where a number of malls, including Jabulani Mall and Protea Glen, were very badly looted and impacted by that July unrest. But I'm going to ask my colleague Tammy to just show you it's business as usual. You are seeing public transport, for example, taxis coming out and assisting those who want to get to work, who want to get wherever they need to be this morning. And it seems as though that the message of a possible national shutdown isn't really impacting business and lives here in Soweto. It seems as though everybody is just going about their days. We do know that Santaco did come out with a statement yesterday reassuring all commuters that they are not going to be part of this national shutdown. We do know that there was some kind of indication that it could possibly be due to the rising fuel price, but that's not necessarily the case that we are seeing here. I'm going to just walk over, because we do know that members of Operation Dudula did indicate that they would be protecting and being all out on the ground to make sure that nothing serious happens. So what we do understand is that previously, even through the July unrest, there were members of Operation Dudula also protecting, for example, Maponya Mall. And this was one of the malls that was protected during the July unrest, because we do know that you had people coming out trying their very best to protect the infrastructure and to protect businesses and so forth. We are seeing that Nhlanhla Lux Mklaudi is addressing, but we're just giving him an indication to try and come over the side to engage with us. But if we can just ask him to come this side for us. Hi, Lux. Thanks so much for your time. Perhaps just speak to us about what you have found so far, and just patrolling last night. Any interruptions, any disruptions because of the national shutdown?
Yeah, look, there were some communities that are frustrated over electricity, so they thought that they could use that agenda to fit in today's national shutdown. So we had a lot of trouble at night trying to let them know that we can't mix these agendas because it's too sensitive. The ripple effect is far more riskier than we can all imagine. Looting can happen at any time, and we also have to appreciate that there are a lot of criminal elements that creep into such situations, and we have to defend against those. And that's why you see the community came out in numbers. The Soweto security clusters came out in numbers. All the major key points in Soweto were protected by the community and the security forces, from Diepkloof Square to Maponya Mall, Jabulani Mall, Protea Mall, Dofaya Mall. So we came out and made sure that we are going to learn from our mistakes. If you remember last year's July unrest, nobody said, "Hi guys, my name is Mr. July Unrest and I'm coming on this day." There were just signs. And these signs we are seeing now, and that's why we need to take these signs serious. We're seeing a national shutdown called by a faceless movement. We don't know who calls it. We don't know who's the organizer. We don't know who's the contact person. So that's a big red flag for me. And now the roads are being blocked off, and trucks in different provinces, there's different problems. So those patterns are the patterns that we saw last year. So we decided that we must be proactive, and we're happy that the law enforcement is working with us. We are in communication. We had a long meeting yesterday to say, how do we work together with JMPD? How do we work together with SAPS? How do we make sure that we remain proactive and make sure that we protect the little that we have in our communities? And it has worked wonders, because we were able to stop some momentum that was growing. Some people came from a different place in their hearts. They didn't come with the intention to loot, but their small actions could have rippled effect, spiraled out of control and gotten some people looting. And we've been here, we're making sure that it's not happening, and it's not happening. We've got news, we haven't slept the whole night, so we're a little bit bouncing around in my head, but We already heard that in some provinces like KZN, there's a problem. Looting has started and whatever else. But what we know here in Soweto is that we've learned from last year. The places that were hit like Jabulani Mall, they won't get hit. They will only get hit if our people are going to allow it. We already learned that no one is going to come and save our communities. It's all up to us to save our communities, and it's exactly what we're doing. And that's why we're successful, in Pinville in particular. But my hat goes off to everybody in Soweto who went out to protect them.
I've run out of time, but just very quickly, what are community members telling you? Because it's business as usual, despite the fact that there was a threat for a possible national shutdown. Santako coming out and saying they're not going to be part of this national shutdown. It seems as though things are as usual, business as usual.
Look, we guaranteed our people, with everyone here and everyone else that's not here around Soweto, we guaranteed them as Soweto Parliament and many other civic movements to say that go on and with your normal day, because we are not going to be dictated by a faceless person or force telling us that it's a shutdown. We can't just be acting and jumping around to these political nonsense things that are happening in the country. We have to remain sober in our minds and do what's best for our communities. And what's best for our communities is for the township economy to go on. Our people are in the most poorest state that they can't take one more day of an economy that's not functioning. Unless, of course, it's all planned, it's all coordinated, and we are part of the planning, and we understand the true agenda, and we're sure that it's not political or it's not coming from a bad place with bad intentions, then we can be part of it. But we can't be part of something we don't know, and we don't know who's organizing it. So that's why we defended the way we defended, and we'll continue to defend until all this nonsense goes away.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, and we wish you all the best, and we thank you for the work you're doing, because I think it's important, Tumelo, for this to happen, because communities, of course, need to come out and protect their businesses and their communities. But so far, I think good news. We've also spoken to JMPD this morning, and there has been no disruption in the Johannesburg area in terms of road access, in terms of any roads closed off. So it seems as though it's business as usual, and we do hope that it stays this way.
Yeah, indeed, Heidi, because I've been reading on social media, even some South Africans saying that those participating in the national shutdown, Gareth, should not take this opportunity to vandalize any businesses, to loot. It's not about that. It's more about lamenting concerns in the country, which includes, of course, the fuel price hikes. But we leave it there, colleague Heidi Jockers, for us out in Soweto.
Now let's go to Irma.